What is going on, my heavy hitters? Welcome to my squared circle. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, I do go by the name of BX Boxer, and I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for clicking on this video to see what is going down. Guys, I try to drop content as frequently as possible. So if you guys are not subbed up, please hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, and hit the like button if you like the content. And if you don't, hit the like button anyway, because you know what? Support your local YouTubers. That's what I'm going to start saying from now on. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate all the subs I've been getting so far and all the likes and all the comments. Guys, again, and if not anything, comment in the comment section. I love talking with you guys. I love hearing your feedback. I love hearing your opinions, negative or positive. It is all good. This is not a boxing channel. This is a comic channel. None of those are going to be coming. It's all love on this side. But again, welcome to Comic Talk Round 2. Guys, I would love to talk about this storyline because, man, I just finished reading it. I try to get my hand on the singles issues of what I'm about to talk about, but it is just damn near impossible to get your hands on these singles issues because they're just on fire right now, especially with everything coming out of the MCU, with the news announcement and the cast announcement, and it's long overdue, and it's highly anticipated, especially for me after reading it. We're talking about, nonetheless, of course, we're talking about the Jason Aaron, God Butcher, God Bomb storyline. This right here covers issues number 1 through 5. This covers issues 6 through 11. My Lord, it was a great read. And I'm glad I was able to get my hands on these, if anything, just to read it, because that's what's most important, is reading the storyline for me. A great story is always good to capture. But of course, we're going to start talking about this one first. So numbers 1 through 5, basically, we see in this run, there are 3 Thors from 3 different parts. We have young Viking Thor, who is new to what's going on. He gets introduced to Gorr the God Butcher in the most epic way. They get into an epic battle in the sky, and it just goes on. As you can see, he is new to this God Butcher. But he sees that there's different gods dying. This is all new to him. He's somewhat frightful, but he knows that something has to be done. Then we get another Thor, a current Thor, the Avengers Thor, the Guardians of the Galaxy Thor. This Thor is prepared to face him again. He has faced him before. He is just waiting for him, highly anticipating him. He is just ready to fight, get it over with. He wants to basically kill him. And we see a King Thor, someone like a future Thor, that he is basically sick of it. He just wants to be dead already. He wants Gorr to kill him because he's just sick of all this torturing that Gorr has put him through. And we see that basically Gorr has a plan in this one. We see Gorr has a plan. He has been killing gods, not all gods. We see that he has left a god. And this guy's name is Shadrach, if I'm not mistaken, or Shadrach, correct me if I'm wrong. But we could tell by this god, he is never consistent. When he's always asked, Thor has come across him, and he asks him, what are you the god of? He will say something crazy like, I'm the lord of donuts and coffee. I'm the god of muffins and scones. He's never consistent. So we could tell there's a deeper meaning with this god of Shadrach. There's something behind him. There's a deeper meaning to who he is. And we quickly find that out in the later issues. And we could tell that in this issue right here, when you meet Gorr, he is just conniving. He is very villainous. He is very deceiving. And he's very consistent in what he wants done by killing all gods by any means necessary. He is not holding back any punches. When him and Thor first meet, they're fighting in the sky. And it very much reminded me of Game of Thrones when you have Jon Snow and the White Walker King fighting in the skies with their dragons. It was very reminiscent to that. But an epic battle nonetheless. And we could see that after that battle, we see Gorr torturing him, torturing Thor. He wants to know of Thor's people, of Asgard, of the kings, all the gods that he have come across. He wants to end all gods. And the main question is, why is Gorr the God Butcher? Why is he killing gods? What is the reason for it? And we quickly find that out in the second paperback that covers these issues 6 to 11. And which is covered in issue number 6. You get to see Gorr and his planet with no name. Since a child, Gorr has basically been told to believe that there is gods. We quickly see that his father was killed. We quickly see that his mother is very much telling him, gods are coming. Gods will be here. There will be gods here. Don't worry, son. We will have a God. God, God, God. Everything was influenced by the hands of a God. Gorr has never met a God. We see quickly that his mother's murdered, and his mother tells him to run, run. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. She's slain. We quickly see after that he has a wife. He has kids. His wife is pregnant. We see his wife die, but the baby lives. We quickly see that a few years later after that, he's carrying the baby. His baby dies. He gets shunned out because he says there are no gods here. Gods wouldn't let my mother die. Gods wouldn't let my father die. Gods wouldn't let my wife and kids die. There are no gods. Gods do not exist here at all. And then later in that issue, we do get a cameo of Null. And if it's not Null, it should be Null. Because in issue number 6, we could quickly tell as he's walking away, gods fall from the sky and ask for help. And he says, you asked for my help? Where were you when I needed you? And we quickly see that they fall from a battle in the sky. Here it is right here. And it's just crazy to see that. And I thought that was pretty cool. But basically, you see why Gorr is a God butcher. Because gods are never there for him. So he feels God shouldn't exist. Gods don't need to be here. There's no need for a God. So why have them? They're just basically overrated. They're entitled. They're nothing. But we saw in I kind of backtrack on that, but in the first one, we did see there was a girl in a distant planet who asked for rain, and we see Middle Thor, Avenger Thor, come and make it rain for her. He is a god who is basically there to serve the people. And we see later in this volume that Gorr, the Thor, Middle Thor, he is the one that will be essential in this battle. But as we quickly see, and then later in this volume, all the Thors do meet up. Viking Thor is basically left as a slave for Gorr, but we don't know what is going on. But we find out that Gorr is making a bomb, a god bomb nonetheless, to basically wipe out all the gods and the planets. And while Thor is being a slave for Gorr, we quickly see Thor comes across his granddaughters that are also slaves, because Gorr is having many gods for the past 900 years, basically built a god bomb to decimate all gods everywhere in all galaxies. And then King Thor and Avengers Thor, they basically meet up. But when Avengers Thor sees King Thor, he's like, Father, you're here. He's like, I'm not your father, man. You're just as dumb as I was when I was younger. I'm you, man. You're me, I'm you. They basically team up. They're going to fight Gorr. As they come across Gorr, before all of that happens, Thor's granddaughters tell him, we have a device here that could break that god bomb. So Thor grabs the device, runs to it, hurdles to it, tries to deviate it, tries to blow it up. He blows himself out because if anybody that's wielding that will die. He basically blows himself out of the planet, lands on the ship with Middle Thor and Older Thor. This book was trippy. Older Thor and Middle Thor, they're basically all together. Viking Thor's like, who the hell are you two? My father? Grandfather? He's like, nah, we're basically you. You're really dumb as we all are. All of us together. And it's just amazing to see that they're all together. They all come with this plan. They all go down. They all start to fight in the planet. And it's just an epic battle with all 3 Thors versus 1 Gorr. And we quickly find out why Gorr favors Avengers Thor. Avengers Thor basically feels like Gorr is right. We find out in the storyline. He believes Gorr is right by what he is saying because he feels like all gods weren't where they need to be. Gods are not needed. He doesn't feel like a god himself. He wants to be the man that he is trying to be now. And when reading this, it was very reminiscent to MCU Thor. And I say that because in Thor 1, it reminded me much of Viking Thor. He was just young, naive, wanted to rule, didn't care about anything. He wasn't basically worthy of Mjolnir. He didn't know anything at all. He just wanted to fight, drink, fuck, and that was it. That's all he wanted to do. And I feel like into Avengers 1, Thor 2, we got the Avengers Thor. He's learning his place in the realms. He's learning his place in his kingdom. And I basically feel that right now in Thor, God, Love, and Thunder, we're going to get King Thor, the All-Father. Odin is gone. We don't know what's going on with him. Loki's all over through the multiverses. So I honestly feel that this Thor, God, Love, and Thunder will follow this Gorr, God of Thunder storyline, because it was just basically a culmination of all the Thors that we have now. And it'll be amazing to see that. And with Loki going into MCU, and we could see that he's clearly traveling the multiverses, we don't know. We might get a glimpse of all three Thors from different multiverses together. Because we all know that Thor lost his eye. Thor did lose his eye. And in Ragnarok, and being that King Thor here does have his eye patch, we might see this play out in the new Thor movie. Am I sure about that? We don't know, but it would be dope to see. But back to the story. We basically see Middle Avenger Thor battling with Gorr. As he's battling with him, he basically absorbs the Necro Sword that is around him, and he develops it. And as he does that, he is able to defeat Gorr. But before we get into, even though that happened, I want to backtrack on a few things from these issues. Gorr in this planet has kids. He has a wife. We see that he has remarried. He has kids, or so we thought. But basically, we could tell that his wife is very excited to see that the God Bomb is almost complete, to see that Gorr will live and be happy once all the gods are killed. And in doing so, when he comes across one of the Thors and drags him, his wife screams, "You are my God." He quickly stops, turns around, kills her, and says, "I am no one's God." And out of that, one of his kids sees that, and is just very vengeful towards him. And we later see that his son melted away, like if he killed himself. But it comes to find out, all of that was in Gorr's imagination, which I thought was pretty good to see that Gorr, as powerful as he is, he could create things for himself to make happiness, wife, kids, a civilization, his own planet, things of that nature, which I thought was just excellent to see. But man, this storyline was amazing to read. Again, guys, if you haven't read it, go read it. I'm pretty sure you guys read it. But man, it was just a dope storyline all around. And if I did miss anything, because again, this book had me all over the place. I was trying to keep up. If I did miss anything, guys, just let me know in the comment section. Again, love talking with you guys. Love your opinions, your views on everything. But yeah, man, this is the end of the round for this comic talk. Guys, again, if you're not subbed up, hit that subscription button, hit that like button, hit notification bell. You guys already know I try to drop content as frequently as possible. And I want to thank you guys for joining me here today in the Squared Circle. Until next time, guys,